Hello, and welcome to Thriving, Not Just Surviving, a series on the Family Renewed channel. I'm Dr. D, and my goal is to help you renew, restore, and revive your joy. Last week, we talked about how joy is a critical element of our mental, physical, and intellectual well-being. This week, as we continue this month's focus on calculated chaos, we will be highlighting the impact of trust and negative self-fulfilling prophecies in our relationships. Did you know that trust has been found to be a significant predictor of problems in romantic relationships? Well, if you would like to learn more about strategies you can use to build trust in your daily walk, stay tuned. But first, do you remember how we do it? That's right, we're going to start by completing those 3 positivity prompts we introduced last week. So take out your journal and write your responses to these 3 prompts. One thing I like about myself is, one thing good that happened this past week was, and one thing I'm thankful for would be. Remember, not only will the positive energy from your responses give you added strength to fight against the negativity you will encounter today, it will hold precious thoughts that can give you strength to fight the battles that you will face tomorrow. So, write down your responses and start building your superpower defense against the negativity in your world. Now, go ahead and put your pens down and let's talk about trust. According to some studies, high levels of trust enable healthy relationships to grow and create, whereas low levels of trust destroy relationships. So with 50% of marriages ending in divorce and lives destroyed every day by assumptions and misinformation, maybe, just maybe, it's time we change the narrative and rebuild trust. Studies have shown that people working in high trust companies report 74% less stress, 106% more energy at work, 50% higher productivity, 76% more engagement, and 29% more satisfaction with their lives than people in low trust companies. Now, just think, if we translate those numbers to our interpersonal relationships, what would or could that mean for our families, our marriages, and our friendships? Let's see. Less drama, and less drama. So many of you may have heard the term self-fulfilling prophecy. According to Britannica, a self-fulfilling prophecy is a process through which an originally false expectation leads to its own confirmation. So an example might be, say a parent believes that their child will never learn to ride a bike. Maybe they're a little clumsy early on, and so for whatever reason, the parent just thinks that it'll never happen. Well, the parent may never make efforts to teach the child how to ride a bike, and so the child will never learn to ride a bike, fulfilling the parent's initial assumption that the child would never learn to ride a bike. Well, this unfortunately is something that we see everywhere. It's in our unhealthy conversations, our media feeds, our social media platforms, and our news commentaries. False statements that are made to lead to false expectations or assumptions by the audience that ultimately lead to the confirmation of that initial false statement, expectation, or assumption. We find it everywhere. Everywhere we look, we can find ourselves in a negative information bubble, a silo or echo chamber, you might say, making us believe that everything around us is negative. And it is this negativity that suffocates us and puts us in a place of toxicity with our family, our friends, and our partners, producing backbiting statements, unhealthy conversations, and destructive behaviors that bring us to that negative conclusion that they weren't trustworthy in the first place. Hence, the self-fulfilling prophecy has once again been actualized. So basically, if you surround yourself with negative expectations, negative things will happen. So if you want to change that around and grow relationships and find best friends and partners and loved ones, you need to put yourself in positive spaces. So where do you go from here, you might ask? Well, in this session, I'm excited to share how with the ABCs of Family Resiliency, we use healthy approaches to create strategies you can use to build trust in your daily walk, so your relationships can be renewed, restored, and revived. So let's get to creating a healthier you. Last week, I focused on a personal experience, but this week, I kind of want to focus on something that we've all seen in the media. Now, we all know that information out there is put in the universe that is basically there for the purpose of entertainment and ratings, and pretty much a complete disregard for the truth. Often taking sound bites out of context or creating headlines to entice or mislead the audience to fit a particular narrative they're trying to sell. Now, unfortunately, the media is full of unfiltered commentary, creating negative narratives about whomever and whatever they believe will get the most attention and create the most buzz. So let's take a real life situation that's going on right now. Harry and Meghan, for example, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Now, speculations, assumptions, and expectations from the moment their relationship became public were all over the media. From initial speculations that quickly turned from optimism to negativity. Likely someone's intentional agenda that created this unrelenting false narrative that they had to endure. Now, everyone had an agenda and everyone had something to say, but no one was actually walking in their shoes. I can't imagine what it was like for them or the rest of the monarchy. The unrelenting pressure can create a cascade of reactions fueled by anger, hurt, fear, jealousy, and a myriad of other emotions that the media twists for their own benefit, disregarding the lives of the people involved. And it is those reactions of survival that can now mimic behaviors that some might interpret, of course, without evidence, to confirm the initial negative narrative that we were given. Hence, the autobiography Spare is getting a lot of the negative interpretations today. It's a prime example of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So how do we move past this and this win at all cost and my way or the highway cancel culture mentality that is destroying the moral fiber of our country? Well, the ABCs of family resiliency will address that. But first, I want you to remember, especially today on Martin Luther King's birthday, his famous words. The arc of the moral universe is long, but bends towards justice. Remember, people will reap what they sow. And if each of us focuses on how we can be better people or better humans, we can all have happier and healthier lives and thrive, not just survive. Now, in the ABCs of family resiliency, the first B focuses on broadening your faith. Beyond a spiritual faith, which can be an essential element where you believe in a higher power, trusting there is fairness and equity that will balance everything out, I'm also talking about building our faith in ourselves, faith in our communities, faith in our families, and faith in our leaders. To rebuild our faith in ourselves, we must take a hard look at what we let into our lives. Whether it is the music you listen to, the shows you watch, the people you connect with, the opinions you hear, or the positions you take. Do you surround yourself with negativity or positivity? To rebuild our faith, we must first build or rebuild our trust in ourselves. You must change the narrative of negativity that you may have heard all of your life and bombard yourself with positive statements of success. Remind yourself daily of who you are and what you can be. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Believing in yourself is step one. Next, you need to surround yourself with positive energy, positive people, positive words, and positive actions. Increase interactions with people who lift you up and limit those interactions with people who bring you down. If the energy around you is negative, then you need to change it. And three, engage in positive behaviors. Choose activities that build you up, whether listening to positive music, eating healthy foods, working out, watching positive movies or television shows. Be intentional and see what a difference that will make in just 1 week. Once you build your trust in yourself, that positivity will grow with you and you will be stronger mentally, physically, and emotionally, allowing for more positivity in your life. And with this strength, you will find it easier to gain trust in your family, your community, and your leaders. But remember, this is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a process. So, as we close out today's segment on trust and the self-fulfilling prophecy, I want you to focus on the 3 things we just discussed about building trust in yourself to begin the process of eliminating the negative toxicity that is poisoning your life and your relationships. Your goal this week in your quest to creating a positive, self-fulfilling prophecy of thriving, not just surviving, is to 1, complete your positivity journal and bombard yourself with positive statements. My journal and statements. 2, surround yourself with positive energy. 3, engage in positive behaviors. Now, this is Dr. D signing off, and if today's segment resonated with you, please click the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and join me, Dr. D, next week for some more tools to use in your journey towards thriving, not just surviving. Bye.